In this video, we're going to look at how to make a home page in Joomla using only modules, not having any articles or anything from the content manager on there. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work live stream number 96 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. Yeah, it looks like we're going to hit 100 before the end of the year, so that will be an exciting milestone. Yes, today's video is brought to you by mysites.guru. Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free site audit for your Joomla site or your WordPress site if you have one of those. And while you're there, check out everything that you can do of managing your site from one location or multiple sites. All kinds of information to learn. And if you decide to subscribe, use the coupon code BASICJoomla and you'll get your first month free. All right, hello everyone in chat. Bjorn says there's a bit of spelling in my title. Okay, well I'll fix that later on. I typed in chat already with a mistake. Anyways, as it's a normal morning here, I got the cheese ready. It was not up late. I went to sleep just to stay asleep. I went to bed last night and stayed in bed. I didn't wake up and come back. Anyways, all right, so why is this an issue? Someone contacted me a couple days ago for help with their site because they wanted to have only modules on the homepage of the Joomla site, but they kept getting a box from where articles usually would be, even when they had no articles published on the front page. So I thought I would take a look at that today because they'd asked for a video on that. But also, it was a few years of me using Joomla before I clued into the fact that I could have a home page with just modules. If you're building a site for a client, it takes a little bit of extra effort to teach them the module system, where things are and how to change things and update things. But modules can be very good if you're going to have static content, or if you're using modules that automatically update and format other things that you want to have on your home page. But by just having that one spot in your template where components are displayed, and we're going to see that, you may end up with some wonky results, and you may want to just remove that altogether or use something else. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I hope that this is helpful. It's probably going to be a review for some of you, and for others that find this video, maybe it will really help to unlock a part of Joomla that they haven't used before. All right. So let's change screens here while I change glasses. There's the mysites.guru website. You will recognize it when you get there. And alrighty, so let's go to this page here. Here's just this the No Secrets Joomla install that I have. This is a home page here, and you'll see that I have a module at the top here and it's occupying module position 3. This is the core template protostar that comes with Joomla 3. Then we have this article. This is left over, I think, from last week or 2 weeks ago, because I was away last week. This is an article, and then we have the breadcrumbs, which is a module, which is actually assigned to module position 2. And then here is another just lorem ipsum random text module beneath here. Now, if you do not want articles to appear on a home page in the core template, really all you have to do is go to your article manager, and here we are viewing featured articles. All right, let's see here. Whoops. Hey, look at that. I timed out here. Okay, we'll log in. Okay, so it looks like I only have one article on this whole site. All you have to do is make sure that you don't have any articles that are published, that are published and set to featured. Featured, of course, shows on the home page if in your menu item you've created a link to show front page items. Let's take a look at that quick. Menus, main menu. So here's a home. This link is named home. It's of the type shows articles, featured articles. Right? Anything set to featured will show. And that's a great way to, if you have articles, you want to feature them on the front page, of course, that's how you do it. When we go back and refresh, what you will see here is now we have module position 3 right here. And then there's the breadcrumbs and module position, whatever that is there, bottom module position 2, I think it might be. Let's take a look at these modules. Extensions and modules. We'll open a new tab. Yeah, so module position 2. And here's our breadcrumbs. So why don't we just unpublish breadcrumbs, and we will see even more here that now we just have actually 2 modules. I have the title showing here, but there's something in this template that does not show the title, which is fine. Now, if you were going to build out your home page and you had a bunch of modules that you just wanted to be static, or modules that updated content from other places in Joomla, you would be all set here, because here's your home page. You don't have any problem. There's no white box here, which we're going to see can be a problem in some templates. And there you are. Now, if you, let's say that you had a lot of people using your site. You had people creating articles or there and there, and you wanted to make sure that they didn't accidentally feature an article and mess up your home page. For instance, they might be in here. They might say, let's make a new article, and new article. And while they're in here typing away, blah, 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 and they go to save, and they think, you know what? I really like this content. I think it should be featured, whatever that is. Maybe they don't know. So they go save. They save the article, and then we go here, and what happens? Oh no, your home page is messed up. And maybe you don't notice that for a while because you've been trusting people to work on it. Who knows? So it would be great if there is a way to make it so that anybody featuring an article would not be able to accidentally mess up a page. And there probably is a way to do that in Protostar by changing the layout. And that's sort of more advanced than what we're going to look at today. I want to show you some of the ways you can do with some of the tools that are a lot easier to use and that come with different templates. So why don't we, so let me just show you how I would do this in a couple of template systems. And then we'll get to the example of an older template, or a template where you can't do it. And we will, we'll fix, I'll show you a little trick for that. Okay. So here in the back end of the site here, we're going to go to extensions and templates, and we're going to change the template. We're going to go with Asteroid template 1. So I have a different template installed here in the Asteroid framework. I'm going to set it as the default. And now when we go refresh, we see there's the new article, but there's no modules top or bottom because we haven't changed the module positions of those modules. Let's do that. Little trick, if this is turned on in your site, if you go question mark TP equals 1, so template position equals 1, and you have this setting turned on in your site, you can see the module positions available in your template. We hit enter, and there they are. So we have a content top and a content bottom in this template. So I'm going to go to these modules, module position 2. I won't bother renaming it, but I'm renaming the title. But over here, I'm going to type content top. All right. Save and close that. And over here, module position, this one I name module position 3. We'll call that content bottom. And there it is. Now, when we go here, and we're going to go to this page and refresh. Now we have the modules above and below. If you try TP equals 1 in your Joomla site and it's not working, it's probably turned off, what you want to do is just go to extensions, templates. All right, we're there. Go to options, and this preview module positions, you want to enable it. Okay. You should disable it on once you're done using this tool, because it gives away information about your site. And the less information you give away about your site, the less hackers can mess up with it or try to mess with it. But for now, what we'll do is we'll just take that off the end. We'll hit enter. And so you see now here's module position 2. Here's our new article that one there, module position 3. In fact, let's go to the back end of the site again. We'll go to articles. Let's feature this. Let's change some colors, and we go back here. And all right, so we have this module position here. We have module position, this module down here, and then we have these 2 articles. Now, hello, Sushil. Yes, now Bjorn makes a good point in chat. You can hide the featured articles with CSS. You can, but the trick in that is that if you hide the CSS to hide that area of the template, you also will hide it on other places that the template is used, unless you can really customize the CSS where for only one page, which you can do, but well, there's just an easier way to do it. All right, so now in this particular template system, in this framework, extensions, templates, and there we go. And we're using template 1. There is a way to manage the layout of this template. Now, what sometimes is not realized is that the article manager is actually an extension. You know, we get very used to, it's actually a component. We get very used to adding components like a calendar or a booking system or a help desk system. But core in Joomla, and you know, we've got other things like the contact system that comes core in Joomla. But the articles content manager is an actual extension. We can see that when we, let's close this here. If we go to content and articles, if we look in the URL at the very top, you'll see content. That's so, you know, back here, if we went to components and redirects, we've got redirect, for component. Likewise, if we go to tags, we've got tags. And so when we go to content, we have content. Now, the reason I point that out is because in Joomla templates, for instance, when we saw the first one with Protostar, there is a section in the template that is set to display whatever is set to display components. So you might have articles, you might have a link that shows a calendar. It'll show the calendar component in that spot. And what we want to do in order to rule out components showing up in there, for instance, content or articles, we want to go to the layout of the template and somehow remove the component area. Now we're going to see how to do this later on in Gantry 5, how you do it. I'm just going to show you how you do it in Asteroid. And so if you're using a different template system or framework, you want to look for that component area so that you can remove it. Oh, Bjorn says you can add a suffix to the home link. Okay, that's interesting. For CSS, we could play around with that later maybe. Now, in Asteroid, in this template system, all you need to do is click this trash can and remove that element, and there will no longer be something on your template that will show components. Now, before I do this, I just want to, in fact, here, let's just do that. I'm going to remove that. Okay. All right, it's gone. We're going to save that. Clear the cache. Now watch what happens on our home page. We refresh. And now all we have is module positions, which is great. That's exactly what the problem we're trying to avoid. Now, if someone creates an article and goes featured, it's not going to show up. But we've also created a problem that I'm going to show you. But just to recap, though, the components are displayed in a component section in a template. And if you can turn that off and remove it, or as another option, I suppose you could hide it in CSS. If you can do that, then you will just have a home page that you can start to add only modules to. But by what I did there, I've broken something, because watch, if I click on contact, I get the same thing. Contact doesn't show up. If I click on beginner course, that doesn't show up, right? Because now my module has no way, my template has no way to show components, including COM content, anywhere in it. So it's like, that's not what you want. Now, what you could do is, of course, go back in here and you could add that back into this template. But what we will do instead is this. I'm going to close out of this. And now here's another asteroid template 0. It's going to look a bit different. I'm going to set that to the default. We'll go back and it looks like, and we'll see that we're back to having, oh yes, we'll go to home. All right, this is a slightly different layout. We've got module position 2. Here is our articles, and here is our module position. So here's another approach in order to make your home page only have module positions on it. In templates, what we're going to do here is asteroid template 0 default. We're going to click this and we're going to duplicate it. All right, now we're going to go into here and we will, I'm just going to name this home page. All right, we'll give this a save. I'm going to assign this template to only the home page. All right, menu assignment only to the home page. Okay, I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to go into the template options. And once that loads, oh, hey, I've not been eating any cheese here. Now's a good time to grab some cheese. You can turn this falling asteroid off, an asteroid, by the way. All right, my hamsters have processed that. We will go down to the content section now. Go to component area, and I'm going to remove the element. But and save that. Now, check this out. When I refresh the home page, look at that. Module, no content. But I haven't broken the site for showing content. If I click beginner course, oh, there you go. This is just showing a link. So that's not great. Let's go contact. There we go. Here is the module. Here is the COM contact. And there's module position 3 down below. Let's just quickly go into here. We'll go menu. We'll go main menu. Let's create a new link. The type will be, I'm just going to name this article. We will select that. We'll go to menu type articles. I want to show a single article. I will select the article I want to see here. Let's change some colors. And I will go save and close. Now, when we go here and refresh, we have this new link here called article. I click on it, and now articles are showing. So what I did was, and this is something that would be very powerful once you you want to make different layouts for your site, or have different kinds of pages showing, is make a copy of your template, take out the part that shows content or shows components technically, and assign it to your home page, and then your default template, where we are here, extensions template, your default template, which you haven't changed, you leave the part that will show components, and then you end up with a home page with only modules, and all your other pages do have components. Now, I said I'd show you how to do that in Gantry. So let's just close a few tabs here. Okay, that's not that site. All right, yeah. All right, so this is a website that actually my site built in Gantry 5, and I helped her when she got stuck. And this is a page where it's a front page that does have content on there. That's okay, because it's okay to have content on your front page. She has this main article here, but many other modules. When we look at the back end of this site, let's refresh. Let's see if we get, okay, we're going to go, it's a Gantry template, extensions, templates. And you'll see that we actually have 3 kinds of templates on here. We actually have 3 versions of that Gantry template, which is Requiem, and one is a home page, and one is default, and then here's one that's assigned to a special page. I don't know what she has assigned to, but a third one. Now you also see I have an Asteroid template up here, because we're going to slowly switch this site over to Asteroid once my wife learns it and checks it out and plays around with it. Now, so let's take a look at the home page here for Requiem. And here we are in Gantry 5. You can also get there by going to Components and Gantry 5 Themes, and then Available Themes. But up here, we can also toggle through the various different templates that we have. For instance, we have the base outline, default, home, refugee sponsorship. Those 3 that we saw before. But here we are in home. We click on layout, and here we're presented with sections and the module sections and the elements that we would call them. I think Gantry calls them maybe plugins. I forget what they call them. Anyways, as we scroll down here, now notice empty sections here in there's particles. Okay, have no particles. They still appear. One of the things I like about Asteroid is that you can remove sections from your layout that you're never going to use. But there's none here. But look, here's a particle called page content. That is the particle, as you see, displays the main page content in your layout. If you want it to not have any content on the front page of your site, you only want it modules, what you would do in this case, William Wright wrote particles. Thanks, William. What you would do in this case is you would simply, let's see, you could turn it off. All right. Now, again, we're only doing this on the home page template, the template that's assigned to the home page. If you only had one template and turned that off, you would break it the same way that that I broke the other site in demonstrating by just taking that out the component section or element or particle for everything. Let's just go here. We'll save this. That's clear. No, that's not what we want to do. Save the layout. Now let's see if I need to do some cache out here. Clean this cache. When whoops, that's where we're going next. When we go refresh, now you'll notice there is no content on that home page. That article is not there. There's still all the modules, and if you want to put other things on there, just have some static content or something you're changing, you just add more modules. Now, very quickly, let me fix my wife's site. We just go back into here. We will publish this and we'll apply and save. Now, if you're never ever going to use page content on your site in Gantry, what you can also do is you just grab this and drag it up and release, drop it, and it disappears. And that will be gone in the same way that I did that in Asteroid. Now, I do not want to do that, so I'm going to leave. Changes it may not be saved. Yes, I want to leave. And just to double check, we refresh. Oh, great. The article is back. My wife's site is as it is. Someone contacted me the other day, let me know that the header on the basic Joomla site was gone. The header image was broken. And I replied to them. I said, I've got to stop. I've got to stop using my live site as a sandbox. All right, so my wife's site is fine. Great. Now let's close that. So now when is this an issue? Is in some templates and maybe perhaps older templates where even if there is nothing being shown in the component section of the website, of the template, com content or com contact, there still is some CSS. Okay, Breadsea has put something in chat which we'll play around with in a little bit, because I'm going to show you the problem and I'm going to show you a really simple, elegant solution to it. This is my sister-in-law's site. It's a Joomla 2.5 site, and I've talked to her about updating it. She thought she might do it this fall, and we will see. But you'll notice that in this template, this is a blog view of articles. There's this white frame around it. Now, if we go into the back end of her site and go to Content, Featured Articles, here's the 4 that appear in the front. We can do this, and I'm going to unpublish those. Now when I refresh her page, it's going to look very blank, but it actually is not blank, because you'll see we have a bit of white here. If I go inspect that element, you'll see it. There's a component block there, and we know that component block is showing showing the main body component content. Here we go, div class right here, component content. And so if I were to assign modules to the front of this site, which I'm going to do right now, let's just go here. I've already created them. So here's content bottom A, content top A. I'm going to publish them. We run into this problem, which is there's the modules, but you still get this white bar. And that's the problem that the person that contacted me over the weekend had. How could they get rid of that white bar? Now, Bjorn's put some CSS in there. You could add CSS, and apparently you can do it to only add it to the home button. So that's something that we will try. But what I want to suggest as another alternative for that is, and this doesn't solve the problem of someone accidentally or intentionally clicking featured on an article. So that's not the perfect solution in that sense. But what you can do is that you can change content, create an article that displays a module in it, and it takes care of this problem. Now, I don't think that I can do that in this site very easily because it's Joomla 2.5. We could actually, because this is 2.5, I don't know if I can do that. Let me just show you in Joomla 3 though. In Joomla 2.5, you can display a module inside an article, I think using Regular Labs, but I don't know if Regular Labs works on 2.5 anymore. Regular Labs has a Modules Anywhere extension. Let's just try that. No, that's just full. We can try it in if you're running Joomla 2.5, you need to update anyways. But if you're running if you're running a Gantry 4 template in Joomla 3, then you will have the ability to insert a module inside content by doing this. Content articles. Let's make a new article. We'll call it, this is really a module. And down here, we're going to go to the bottom where we see this little button that says module. And now this is using Advanced Module Manager, or Modules Anywhere, I think it's called on Regular Labs. Here, let's just check that very quickly. Anywhere. There we go. Yeah. I think this. If I'm correct, It's also core in Joomla before this is installed. This one has some more bells and whistles. But we're just going to put, let's put in the login form. Module 16. We'll center it. We'll save it. And let's make it featured. First of all, let's preview that. Yeah, there you go. So this is showing it as an article. Here's the article. So this is our top modules. Here's the article showing the login form. Now, if we were to make this a featured article, all right, and we go and let's just make the go to our templates, and here we have the home page. Now we're going to go and unassign it. All right, so now we have our template, which is which does have the module position inside of it. Which does have the component display, in this case an element or particle in it. And we go back here and we go to our home page. It says, so we have module position 2, we have this front page article, and we also have these two other articles here. So in this case, what we would do, this content articles, let's take this down and refresh. So we have module, content, like an article, displaying a module, and a module. But then what you can do is we hide this title, we hide the administrator, the published by, and everything, and we end up with just a module displaying there. And so in this way, if you have a template that you cannot, that the component section is always showing up, even if there's nothing assigned to it, you can trick that. You can basically turn that into a module position by creating one article that applies to, that is shows on the front page and displays a module. So that was the solution. And in fact, the person that had contacted me turned around and started. They actually removed this bottom module position and went with their top one and assigned just the one inside this and made it longer, because the top, they were both the same top and bottom, but they just had different content in them. So they made one big module and put it in there, and it solved their issue for working around. So ideally, if you're using a current version of Joomla, which you should be, there's always times when we're stuck not doing that. For instance, my sister-in-law's site is just one that's sitting there waiting to be updated. It's very plain, basic site content. But if you're using the current system of Joomla and you're using a template system that will allow you to remove the component, element, or particle, or whatever it's called, part of the template, you can then have a home page that's nothing but modules, and you've taken care of that problem. Okay, so Breadsea says, as we look at chat here, there's a couple of things. Bjorn says you can use module, number, and 2.5, he thinks. Okay, so there, and you could always try Regular Labs modules anywhere to see if it works in 2.5. I don't know if it will. If you're still in 2.5, you need to get into the latest version of 3 before you get hacked, because it's not supported with security things anymore. Let's see. Bjorn says yes, modules everywhere. Now Mary says that she has used. Let's see what Mary uses, and then we're going to try this CSS solution that Bjorn suggested. So let's see. What does Mary use? She has used blank component. Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice. Blank component was made to make it possible for Joomla admins to create a menu item page that contains only modules and no component. Okay, let's see. Let's download that. Oh, and it works for Joomla 2.5 as well. Now listen, while we're thinking about this, let me go back here and fix my sister-in-law's site, which means I need to go to content and featured articles and select those and publish them. All right. Just wait for it to load. There we go. It's back. Great. Now, let me close that before I break it. All right. If you have a Joomla 2.5 site and you're super stuck, just contact me and we'll find a way to make it work. But I would just use the page and display a module within it. Let me try that. So method. All right, so let's close that. All right, let's download blank component. Blank component 3.0. Com blank. There's the zip file. Com blank 3.0. We'll just let's toss this in my Joomla folder there. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's do it in Protostar. Let's make Protostar the default, which makes our... Actually, we better leave it in asteroid template 0 because that saves me switching the module positions over. All right. So let's go components. So let's go extensions, manage, and install. And upload a package, and we can just drag this from the bottom and drop it in. Yeah, but Bjorn, I'm just going to do it in 3. Okay, so components, blank component. There you go. It's just super blank. All right, so I guess what we can do is, in this case, we're going to go to menus, main menu, and we're going to create a new menu item, drawing a blank. We'll call that. And what type? We want a blank component, a blank page. Oh my goodness, display nothing. Ah, this is brilliant. That's a great thing about. Hey, I'm glad I showed up for the stream today. And so we've got drawing a blank. Let's go here. Let's go refresh. So this page should actually. So this is the home page. When we click on drawing a blank, it should look exactly. Oh, except it won't have this as really a module. Wow, that's great. Well, wasn't that a lot easier than some of the things I just showed? So what in that case you would set this to be your default link. All right, let's close this. So instead of the home page being the default link, you would set drawing a blank would be the default link. All right, we change that there. Go like that, and there it is. Well, how about that? That then becomes a solution for 2.5. Blank component. You would just put that in there and change the home page so it's that. Wow. Wow. It's 5 years old. It's not updated though. True, but it looks like it's pretty basic because I'm guessing, you know, whatever it is that displays components, you basically have to take all the guts out of it. and that's just what it shows. I'm sure it's more complicated than that. But there you go. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go back here and we're going to set the home to that. Let's hide this with CSS. All right, here we go. Let's go up. Now, Bjorn has said you can hide feature articles with CSS, I think, just on the safe side. Add a suffix to the home link. All right. I've not done that before. So here's the home link. Obviously, this other extension is a much simpler way to do it that Mary just showed us, and also some of the things I've shown. But I'm curious about this adding a CSS a page class. Page class. Remember, then write in. All right. So I'm going to need to take directions from Bjorn in this. So in the menu, and let's look what we're looking for here. Template style, no. Layout, no. Options, no. Integration, no. Oh, there's the, okay, what are we looking for? Page display, all right. Oh, a page class, or yeah, page class, he said. All right, page class. So first of all, we will name this page class no. We'll just call it no comp. Okay. And for my memory, we'll copy that. So we add the page class. Great. Then what we're going to do is go to extensions, templates. Let's close this other stuff here. Make sure I fix that there. Yeah, that's good. All right. We're going to go into the default template here. And yeah, remember the space. All right, so okay, A underscore space. Can you just Bjorn, do you want to just paste the full line without the instructions? Oh, so A, okay, page display, page class. Remember A space before then. Item feature display now. CSS. Okay, so we're going to do this. Copy. Okay, we need to do that. I'm just reading over in the text here. Remember the space home. Home is home. Okay, have some apple juice here. We're going to go to custom code, custom CSS. So the class name is this. Control V, whoops, Control Z. It's oh, come on, no comp. Take out the brackets. Also, remember to put a space at the front. Home's home. You can't. I can't. Okay, no comp. And we also need to find the CSS for this thing that we want to remove. So we're going to right click and inspect. Is it card? It might be. Is it card body? It's asteroid component area, right? Because yeah, so asteroid component area. Oh, Bjorn, you're saying to put that in the page class. Oh, okay. You can. Oh, you can put optional CSS class to add. This allows CSS styling space. Items.page name. Okay, you're saying put it in there. Okay. No. All right, so, and this is where we grind to the watch me work. I have a client, hello Peter, over in England. We were working on some things together, and he says, "Oh, maybe we should start a new live stream of two old guys trying to figure things out." And I said, "It's bad enough with one old guy." All right, so first of all. All right, so what we're doing is this div class, asteroid component area. We want to have that somewhere in here. Let me just select that. Control V, page. Are you sure that we're putting the actual CSS in there? I think we have to name the class, do we not? And then, unless is that, no? Okay. All right, scrolling back up here, page. Then. All right. I'm just going to follow instructions here. All right. Yes, with a space. All right, so we got a space before asteroid component area. And then dot. Is that what you think, Bjorn? Is that what? Oh, you can't write spaces in YouTube. Okay. It edits it. Instead of a space, use a star. Just use a star and paste that, and then I will remove the stars. And we'll know exactly what to paste in here. And then we will we'll solve this one. We'll get this working. Oh, okay, yeah. So okay, I think okay. Control A, Control copy. All right. So we want a space, and then the class. No comp. Okay. No comp for. Okay. Then here, in our custom CSS, I'm just gonna make this. Let's make this big. Control V here, and in the CSS, no space, it's going to be dot no comp, I think. Or are you saying that or is that supposed to be square brackets? No comp should be in square brackets. I think that goes like that. We go display none, I believe, is what we want. Class. In the CSS, no space in, okay. Let's just try this. Just no comp item featured. Display none. So you think item featured? Okay, we can try item featured. Item featured. Item featured. Item featured. Display none. All right. And we've saved this. We have the space at the beginning there. Okay. We go home. And look at that. Huzzah! I can read. Sometimes you just have to trust. Well, yeah, a lot of times you have to trust. That's cool. I did not know that you could assign CSS that way to a link. That is great. That means if we go back here, I can go background color. I can go background color colon red color. Whoops, need a semicolon in that. Yes, and I need to change. Sorry, no. No comp, and just assign that background color red, color orange, and close that. Okay, and no comp background color red, color orange. Save this. And oh my goodness. That is so cool. I did not know that. I didn't know you could do that. Whoa, just imagine the possibilities. Oh, wow. That is neat. That is very, very neat. That is thing. Well, there you go. Thanks to Mary and thanks to Bjorn. I've learned 2 super cool things today. And I've only been up. Well, this is 12 o'clock now. I've been up less than 3 hours. Wow. Wow, that is. Yeah, you can use the same class, just several pages, and in the style. Huh. Well, I suppose I'm going to have to do a tutorial on that. That is very cool. My mind is just swimming with happiness right now. The CSS functions in Joomla will set you free. Yeah. You know, something that you know, we've looked at this in the past where if you all right, so let's okay, so let's take no comp out of there for now. All right, so I've gotten pretty good at this. In fact, let me just show you. Let's get something up here. Cybersalt.com. I actually was up 4 or 5 hours a couple of nights ago working on my own site. And let's go content articles. And so I think Sell your course online. Let's see, components. What have I got here? I'm just looking for, I think this is it here. Management packages. Maybe not. Let's go here. Did I components? JD. Oh, I think I did this way. Yes. Okay. So I, let's see. I was working on my pricing. Was that it? Let's just see here. Okay. Yeah. This. What? Oh man. What was I working on the other day? Anyways, all right. Here's what I was going to mention though: extensions module. So we know that if we go into a module position 3 here, and then over in advanced, we give it a module class name, I think, right? Module, yes, advanced. So module class name is test. All right. And then we can go into the custom CSS and we can go .test, .test, and we can go like this and go enter. We can go font size 45 pixels. And I think we can save that. Go to the home page and refresh. And yeah, so we changed just by creating your own CSS for that. Now the nice thing here is, I'll show you what it's looking at. What I like, something I like about JD Builder is that in JD Builder, here we are. If you have any one of these little elements here, let's see this. So this is this shows that little section ends up with its own ID. And to modify the CSS just in that own little section in the page builder, all one needs to do, of course this is on a different site, is go dot paste, and then that's the name, that's just the automatic name of the module class for that one little section. And I've been finding that was really cool, because if I want to just change something subtly that's not an option in Page Builder, for instance, if there's something that's not an option here, I can still just do the custom CSS. Now, of course, I can add it directly in here anyways, or I can do it in the page. So, all right, so that's just my brain sewing things together that I'm learning here. All right, so what I was just saying, yeah. Only works in menu links though, but you can set a div in an article. You can then set the same in a module. Remember the space, but not dot, but hashtag. Okay. So if you put a div in an article and name it and create a div in the article, then oh, you're saying, oh yeah, it's for an ID. Okay. Yes, but so you're Bjorn, you're referring to the page builder thing I just looked at. It gives it an ID. So if I put a hashtag and then the ID name, not the dot. Okay. Cool. Very neat. Very, very neat. All right, so Wow. Chuck's frustration is the opposite. What's that, Chuck? Yes, and classes can be reused. Yeah, because you use classes in different places. Yeah, whereas an ID only works in one place, unless I suppose if you. Yeah. Okay. Chuck, what is your one frustration? Well, Chuck is typing that. What else is happening? Hey, there's a Joomla user group in New Jersey that is doing a presentation. Mark DeShevers is doing a presentation tomorrow on Asteroid. New Jersey Asteroid. Let's see where this. Okay, no. Let's see if I can find where this is going to be. Joomla user group. I think I found it here. Oh, here we go. Right computer screen. Here you go. I'll paste this in here. That's tomorrow morning. Control V. Chuck took Hello Me Joom Social login into a module and added it to JD Page Builder, and Page Builder CSS took login CSS over. Yes, Bjorn Chayton's going to be in that too. Just click the pencil. Okay, so you put Joom Social login in the module and added it to JD Page Builder. Huh. Put the login there, and the Page Builder CSS took over. Oh, that's for Ivor. How can you read? Okay, so the Page Builder CSS took over. One thing that might work for that is this. Let's just go to home page. If you created a class and assigned it to the Joom Social login module, and just see, for instance, let's see here. Let's go inspect here. This module here, if it was particularly formatted, let's see here. Now, when you say PB, are you JD Page? Oh yeah, Page Builder. Yeah, okay, JD Page Builder. If JD Page Builder is assigning the CSS and I think what you want to do is recreate recreate the core CSS for that module and make it important. And so what you could do is make a class. I wonder if this works on C. Let me look on my site here. No, I don't even want administrator. Do I have a login somewhere? What's a module? It's got some formatting. Obviously, to do /log. It's gonna 404 probably on me. Nope. Do I even have a user login on here? Log in. Oh, okay, I do have a login. Oh. All right, so let's just pretend. Let's go inspect. Okay, oh, source coast login. All right. So that's what I'm using on that site there, source coast login. Source coast login, what I would do, and here's dot source coast. Let's see here. Font size. Yeah. All right. So I would get the CSS looking the way that you want. Create a module, create a class, Joomla Social Keep, whatever. Assign that to that module. Create the hey, is this a live site, Chuck? Is this something we can look at? Yeah, I would put the important in the custom CSS. Oh, it's localhost for now. Okay, I would put that in the custom CSS, not in the page builder, unless, yeah. Have you put the CSS just in the custom CSS for that particular spot in page builder without the importance? The other thing too is that the error that it shows on important might actually just be a warning that you're using important. I've got one program that when I type in important in CSS, I get an error symbol, but it says use of important, so it might still work. Oh, and you've done that, still no changes. I would try the important. Try the important in that. Otherwise, then I would maybe ask in the JD Page Builder forum. If we go to cybersalt.com and go to new, go to services and management packages. So here is CSS for this particular thing. If I right click and inspect, so this I've done in Page Builder. All right, and let's see, here's the div ID, blah, 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 class. Oh yeah, there we go, we got the class. I wonder if you take this CSS and put it in custom. Let's see what happens there. Just to change the background color. So let's go into this site here. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm using JD Woolerton admin bar. Let's go to JD Builder. Let's go, no, sorry, extensions. and templates. I just got the one template there. And go to template options. Let's close a few things here. I'm going to keep that open and close that. A little blank screen there. Okay, and let's go to custom code. Cancel. You got something going on here from being impatient. There we go. All right, so that's at the bottom here. Paste that. So there, that's our ID there. Let's change the background color to FFFFFF. I think that's white. Save. Clear the cache. Thinking that we're going to change this white here. I did. All right, so Chuck, that looks like it would work. For the ID, where that module is, all right, so when you add that in that particular element in JD Page Builder, take the ID and then just assign the CSS that you want or style it that way, and then put it in the custom CSS of the asteroid template. That's one way. I would still, you should be able to use, let's just go back here. All right, Joomla site. Well, first of all, let me fix my site. Okay. All right, save that. All right, let's go here, / let's go to your Joomla site dashboard. Components, JD Builder, pages, pricing. I feel like this is not, let's just cancel. 99 separator. That's not what I wanted. Content. Oh no, this is where I was working. Okay. So if we go to advanced and go to CSS in this particular thing, and I go, and let's make custom CSS. Let's change the A color. Color, colon, blue, and then we close that. All right, so what's this X saying there? Unexpected token. Oh, I've got my semicolon at the end there. All right, that takes that away. Now watch, if I type in here important, whoops, notice I still get that, but it says expected right brace at line 2. Oops, because I have, no, let's see here. It's showing an error, but that is, oh, no. There we go. Okay, so now I just get this use of important, but that's not the same as an error. It's just, it shows that you're using important. It alerts you to it. But I think that should still work. So is that excuse me? Is that what you were getting in your CSS when you do it on your site, Chuck? I'll show you another thing too. Is that when I use Visual Studio here, oh, I don't get it. So see, I have important here in this code for a site that I'm working on, but I don't get it flagged on this. That did throw me off though on some programs. Chuck says yes, it is. So that important should still work in that CSS for you to override what's in there. Paragraph. Let's go paragraph color blue. Let's just go save that. Clean cache. Let's go inspect. Oh, that's UL. Let's see, font size 45 pixels. All right, so if I change UL to 45 pixels in here, if I change UL font size 5 pixels and make that important, save, clean cache, and then go up to here, go to here and refresh. Okay, so the important did work in there. And I did override the CSS right in that one particular place. So I think that's what you need to do. Go to your module. Go to where the module appears. Apply the styling the way that you want it to. Make that custom CSS inside there. In fact, let's just check this out. Let's go here, advanced custom CSS. Let's just take that right out. Save. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Advanced, custom CSS. Put that in there. Let's take the important out. Because that might be the last thing that overrides it too. Save. Let's clean cache. Let's go here. Let's refresh. Yeah, so you didn't even need, I don't even need the important there. So I would give that a try, or try important. It's in that one section, so that's going to let you format it the way that you want. Or find the core CSS for it on by itself, and then make that all important everywhere. Custom CSS it in the tag. Yeah. So I would say that I have advanced from beginner novice to intermediate, or maybe advanced novice as far as the classes and stuff goes here. Of course, I've been doing a lot of it on a project lately. which has actually been really good because I haven't done it very often. So doing it over and over again is really I found it a lot further forward in my brain, which is good. All right, so everybody, thank you very much. Bjorn says custom CSS and in the tag that works too much. You need to update every tag and it adds slowness through the site. Yeah, if you do custom CSS, that's nice and fast. Yeah, check this out. I've got one custom CSS page that's like 40K or something like that I have for a site right now, but there's a ton of stuff. It has a Kunina template on it, so there's a ton of things to change. All right, well, I think that will be it for today because I have a call at 1 o'clock, and that gives me time to grab some lunch, which of course will really be brunch, post-cheese brunch with my wife. And yeah, so everybody, thanks. Thanks for teaching me stuff today. Appreciate this. Oh boy, Chuck's sister and brother-in-law could have COVID. Friend just got home after 10 days in hospital. Be vigilant. Yes. Yes, and we'll pray for your sister and brother-in-law. Yeah. All right. It's out there. It is out there. COVID cases on our island are increasing. My province is increasing, and yeah, so we've done pretty well. We've done pretty well for the COVID here in the island, but it is increasing. There is spread from islanders to islanders. It used to be just cases coming over from the mainland, but now it looks like it's in some communities. So anyways, that's the time that we're living in, and an ongoing thing that we're dealing with. So, all right. What's 100? What's 100 KN95 on Amazon for 19? Or is that chatting in the wrong window? Oh, mask. Oh, 100. Oh, okay. 100 N95 masks on Amazon for $19. Okay. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that hope that you are well. Hope things are well with you wherever you are, and keep safe. As we reminded we need to do by Chuck's comments there at the end. Stay safe. Let's do what we can. Just live reasonable lives and not pass it on to people who are weak or catch it. Yeah, I don't need to take that risk. Maybe somebody who's medically compromised. I was born with cancer, had half of each of my kidneys removed and tumors removed when I was 6 months old and given 3 months to live. So I motor around on right now the function of the equivalent of one kidney. Well, at least that was like 16 years ago. So, and my urologist cheerily said, "Well, that will go down with time." So I don't. Yeah, I like to stay healthy. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for today, and thanks Bjorn, and thanks. Oh, Ivor, did we deal with your question there? Let's just check that. How can you rename the default module position on Asteroid 0? Did you get that, Ivor? While I look for that, let's just go to extensions and templates. Asteroid template 0. Let's just go to default. You know you can rename it, but you want to use a module with another name in Joomla. So one thing I'm not sure of is what you mean by the default. Let's see here. The default module position on asteroid 0. What is the what do you mean by the default module position? For example, top bar 1. Oh, okay. If you want to, is it that you want to rename? Because I think in that case, you just go into the element and change the element title to something new. Is that what you mean? And then in that case, if it's a case of wanting to change this top bar thing here to something that doesn't exist yet, you have to create it. You have to make it happen in there. So for instance, let's close this. Here's what I do. We can go to modules. Oh, okay, let's make a new module. A new custom CSS module. And that's new position. New position holder. And then over here, create the position. New position. Hit enter. Hide this. Unpublish this. We don't want this anywhere, but we want this just sitting. You could even add a note down here to remind people that that's why that is there. And then save this. Oh, darn. You don't see the screen. Of course. All right. All right, let me just start this over again. All right, so if you want to rename, I already did something new. So if you want to rename this where it says top bar 2, you can edit that. And then just the element title, something else new. All right, but you probably want to change the module position as well. And so what you need to do is create a module position so that you can select it in this drop-down, because it's not there, and I don't think you can't type in something because it says no results found. So here's what you do. Create a custom CSS module, else new, we'll just call it holder, hide the title, and then create that position, else new. Because for the module position to persist, there always has to be a module assigned to it. So if you have one that's active and you delete it, you delete that module position, and you can retype it, but it's not there in the drop down to assign again. Unpublish it, and then just go save. Then in your template, you have to refresh this page to get. You have to refresh this page in order for it to reload the new drop downs. Well, it looks like refresh the wrong page. So refresh your asteroid in the back end, and then we'll just wait for this to reload here. Blah 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 blah. Do to be young at heart. All right, so now, and I didn't save that. Okay, now we'll change this. We'll change this to something else, whatever you want there. Now when we go up here, we can go else new, Now that position is there. And when you save that, that position will automatically be there. So, and yeah, and that's what I've done, Ivor. So if you don't want to just use top bar one, you want to remember something else, you can just change that in that way. Bjorn's, you're welcome, Ivor. I'm glad we didn't leave before fixing that. Bjorn said he discovered that you can do this in all Joomla like categories for new. You say all of Joomla like categories for new. For new, I discovered that you can do this in all Joomla like categories for new. Oh, create new categories from the article. Yes, you can. Yeah, that's really cool too. Yeah, if we go up here and you are creating a new article and you're going blah, 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 and setting up this site, and this is my title, and then this is, category. Oh, I haven't created it yet, just create it here. Make me a category. Hit enter and it's created. Yeah, and then in that case, you would have to go in your template and refresh and then assign that spot there. It becomes available then. But yeah, that is very handy too, especially when you're just bombing and setting up a new site. All right, I kind of psyched you guys out there. We said goodbye, and then I did not go anywhere. But now I'm going to actually do it this time. So everybody, thanks again for today. Thanks, Mary and Bjorn, and for your tips and the things that you shared and that we learned. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.